For this question 14, it is ask us to use algebraic method, find out the least value of n. So we have to find out what is our n. The least value means the most minimum value n, for which sum of the first n term. So we are going to sum up these n terms, and its situation is greater than half of its sum to infinity. So first of all, we have to find out what is their common ratio. For this series, we can see the first term a is 0.88. So the common ratio will be second term 0.88 square divided by 0.88. So the common ratio here is 0.88. So we're going to sum up to n terms. So we are going to find what is our Sn. So Sn formula will be A, and then in the bracket, either 1 minus r or r minus 1. We see our r is less than 1. So 1 minus r to the power of n divided by 1 minus r. So from here, what can we simplify is this. Now we only can simplify the value here, 0.88 divided by this 1 minus 0.88. This will give us 22 over 3. So inside here we cannot do anything because this is in the indices form already. So that is our first part, sum of the n terms. Now I have to find out what is their sum to the infinity so that I only can do this inequalities greater than. So sum to infinity is a over 1 minus r. So from here, we can get our sum to infinity is 22 over 3. So now we're going to combine our information here again. We can read sum of the first n term is. So sum of the first n term greater than. So it will be bigger like this. Half. Half means 1 over 2 of our sum infinity. So I will going to substitute our value that we already found here. Sum Sn is equal to 22 over 3 in the bracket 1 minus 0.88 power of n. Then 1 over 2 sum to infinity, I found it just now, is 22 over 3. So we can simplify. This is equals to 11 over 3. And then we can simplify some more. So as long as it is the value, we can move this. We can time 3 divided by 22. So when you time 3 divided by 22, it will be 1 over 2. So until this stage, what can we do? We can move our 1 go to the right hand side. So when I move 1 go to the right hand side, it will become negative minus 1. It will become negative half. So simplify some more, divide by negative. Then I will need to change the sign. It will be less than. So now we're going to find what is our n. So in order to find what is our n, I have to log both sides so that the n can be multiplied in front. So log 0.88 less than log 1 over 2. So make sure you figure it out first. What is the value? So log 0.88 is give you a negative value. So that's why I need to figure out. I cannot simply move it to the right hand side because I cannot see this value whether it is positive or negative. If it's negative, when it divide, I need to change the sign again. So you have to be careful what have you moved to the right hand side. Inequality, they are very sensitive with the division and multiply with negative. So for this log 0.0 log 1 over 2, it is equals to negative 0.30102. Give more decimal because we haven't come to the final answer. So finally, I can move this value to the right hand side. So when I divide by negative, it changes signs again. So this sign will change back to the bigger because of the division of negative number. And n is greater than 5.422. So n is greater than 5.422 means it can be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, until so many numbers we can do. But the question asks us, it said, what's the minimum number we can accept? The least value that we can accept is n equals to 6. Then we are going to see what is important here. So first of all, we have to find out what is our first term and common ratio. Then from there, we will going to find out what is our Sn and sum to infinity. That will be our concept applying formula. And according to the question, it said greater half of the sum infinity. So this is the information, basic writing. And when you want to solve it, we have to log both sides, the concept of log both sides, and get into the negative only, then divide. Then finally, we come to the answer, which is 6. So this is our inequalities first, then only we come to the least value n equals to 6.